20 minutes of getting set up. Video 1.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Clea.
So welcome to 25 to Life, 25 years to life? Fuck, I don't know.
I think it was
You'll
just
figure it
25
out
to life.
Okay, you'll see it in the title.
25 to life with Matt and Michelle.
With Matt and Michelle. And Bentley and Cleo, apparently.
Yes.
So, we thought we'd introduce ourselves by, okay, I had nothing to do with this idea. This is not something I want to talk about at all. But, we're going to talk about how we met. Can we start with the how everybody thinks we met story?
Well, I mean, just tell it as we normally tell it. So
Right, okay, so the high level. We start with the high level.
Start with the high level.
Okay, let's start with the high level. So Matt and I met in music school. We were both in music composition, and we, what?
What? Nothing.
Oh, you made it sound like you were gonna.
Because I'm still like, from that wonderful dinner we had at
dinner.
A&E today.
Our favorite pub is back open, and they have the best fucking pub food.
And I gorged myself.
He did gorge himself.
But I didn't eat
Nothing like
lunch in preparation of gorging. But anyway.
I don't think that there's enough,
There's enough gorge.
there's not enough not eating lunch in order to make up for what you did tonight. It's not. Anyhow, I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I don't really give a shit, but
Yeah.
anyways.
And I kept it to one beer.
Same.
Only one.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. So we met in music school, and we were in music school for a while before we actually started dating, right?
It was this.
Second year?
No, it was. We didn't start dating until the second quarter
Of the first year?
of the first year.
Oh, wow, okay, sooner than I thought. Anyways, I had literally just been telling a friend, like, I am done dating. Fuck men, which I'm sure all of you women who like men have done at some point in your life. Anyways, then Matt walked behind me, and he had this leather jacket on and some cologne. I hate cologne, but the cologne and Matt and the leather all together.
It was either.
Wasn't it like Calvin Klein or something?
It was either Obsession
Oh,
or
that's what it was.
Ecstasy.
It was definitely not Ecstasy. I remember that.
What was the?
It was Obsession. I don't know. It was
There was one that I
Obsession.
wore that started with an E. So it was one of those
Couldn't
two.
begin to tell you, but it wasn't that. It was Obsession. Anyhow, he walked behind me, and then he smelled good, you know, pheromones or whatever. And I asked him if he wanted to go out for lunch, so we went out for lunch. And then he never kind of left. I mean, he came over one night, maybe that night, to do music theory homework. And we'll get to the shoe story another time. But remember that we have to tell you about the shoe story. Okay, so he came over to do homework, and I literally think you spent every night there for the rest of our relationship.
Yeah, close to that.
So, sorry, Dina, I know that didn't make you happy, but regardless, that's what happened. He did spend like the first 3 weeks on the top of the covers, fully clothed. That was sweet. Frustrating, but
I'm a gentleman.
whatever, he's not. Let's see, what else? That was kind of the how we met story, right?
Yeah.
Music school.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, music school.
Okay.
I mean, I remember when I went, and when I went back, and I thought, after working in construction for so many years,
Yeah.
and I walked into class and I was like, estrogen. Yes. After all those years of working with a bunch of sweaty, smelling men.
Okay, buddy.
That was kind of nice. Hey,
So,
we're on camera. Hi, Sienna.
we're doing our YouTube intro.
We're doing our YouTube intro.
Would you like to say hello? No. Okay. Anyways, so that was how we met. Okay, then.
Oh God, you're doing an intro?
Right, the intro. Yeah.
Jesus.
Say hi, Sienna. Anyways, so then one day we're having lunch, and he says, oh, I was talking about my friend Karen. Hi, Karen. And I brought up epilepsy, and we were just chit-chatting, and all of a sudden, when I brought up Karen, he was like, go ahead, your turn.
Karen Gustafson? And she said, yeah. And I said, you're the bitch.
That's what he said, literally. Dude,
This is after we've been dating for, I don't know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that.
long enough that it was too late for us to back out of the relationship, and we were like committed. But he said that, and I was like,
What?
well, kind of like, fuck you.
And so I said, I go, were you in Tahoe like 5 years ago? And she was like, oh, I know who you are. I hate you.
I didn't say I hate you. I was 17, senior year, and I went to Tahoe over New Year's?
New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's.
Yeah.
So, okay, sorry this is a long story, but it kind of is. So that we can both get our sides in, and then we can come together and you can all see, like, why it worked out. So, my friend Karen called me and said, we're going to my boyfriend's house for New Year's Eve. Can you come? And I was like, I don't know. She said, it's $300. I'm like, well, I have $300 in my savings account, but it's an and savings account with my mom, so I gotta wait for her to get home from work. Karen's boyfriend was like, don't worry about it. I got you. We'll pay, you can pay me
We
back.
won't mention any names,
You
but
can
you
pay
know
me back.
who you are.
That's right, fucker. So you can pay me back. And I was like, all right. And you go with the whole, from your perspective.
Right, so then.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Sorry. Yeah.
He's not wrong. I was a bitch. Okay, go.
So then when we get there, we get told that she didn't bring any money, and so we all have to pitch in.
Yeah, that's what that fucker said.
Yes, we had to. We all had to pitch in.
Unbeknownst to me.
And we're like, who comes to freaking Tahoe? We live in the Bay Area.
Mhm.
Who goes to Tahoe for the weekend and doesn't bring any money?
Who does that? No one.
Who does that?
No
And
one.
they expect everybody, and she was fucking bossy, and oh my god.
Again, true, not denying.
And she wasn't my favorite person that weekend.
Nobody
Yeah.
likes me.
And it was funny because when we were back in, fast forward 5 years, we're back in school, and I saw her walk in, and I thought, God, I know that chick from
He
somewhere.
never forgets me.
Because, I'm pretty good with faces, but not necessarily where I know you from. I just know that I've seen you before.
Mhm.
And I
It
said,
can be a bit stalkerish, I'm not gonna lie. He saw you 5 years ago and he walks up and he's like, hey, I think I stood next to you at this concert. He has done that,
I've done
literally
that
that
to
sentence.
people.
Or, didn't you order a raspberry white chocolate mocha? Okay, freak. Anyhow, go on.
She wasn't my favorite person.
Yeah. Having said that, we hammered it out that lunch, I guess, about the fact that apparently this person who said you can pay me back, I did pay him back all $300. I didn't know that he had asked for money from all of his buddies, and I didn't know that he never gave it to them.
Nope.
So,
You know who you are. You owe me beers.
you know what? You owe all of us beers. That's fucking deceitful and rude and shitty. Okay, then our friend, obviously Matt's friend, at the table, Matt picks up the phone. You're never gonna guess who I'm having lunch with. And I don't know how he pulled it, but he pulled it immediately. He was like,
Well, because I go, she has that musty, and he goes, oh no, not that bitch.
that bitch. That's me. Love you too, Greg. Love you. I actually do love you, Greg. So I think we've all come around to love each other, but it was an interesting start. And then even after more conversation, and the longer the years go, or the more years go, it's interesting because we started realizing that our paths crossed so many times, and we didn't quite meet, or maybe we're at the same concert or whatever. All these times our paths could have crossed, and we could have met, and we didn't. And thank goodness we didn't, because we would not be married.
Yeah. Well, because you figure, you dated friends of mine. You went to, the other high school. Well, you went to, the one high school where I had friends, and then you went to another high school where, in a totally different town where I had friends.
Well, not just friends, but he used to ride his bicycle from the two towns to go see his girlfriend, his first love.
Um,
I don't know.
yeah, you were in between her and her sister, who worked with us at Rusty Pelican.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Hi, Jen.
And then I think we're Facebook friends too, huh, Jen?
Yeah.
And then let's see what else. So Matt worked with my best friend Karen Gustafson at Roundtable.
Yep.
So that's where they knew each other from. And then we were at my first concert was Dan the Green at the Coliseum, 1980. Was it 80? So it was like Santana and Journey and.
It was 81 or 82.
Anyways, it was my very first concert, and I was super excited to be there. Apparently Matt was there too, not surprising though. Great concert. And then there were just all these freaking times where we're like, huh, you were there, you did that, and it could have gone in a totally different direction. We could have never been sitting here on my lovely red couch with these two beasts. Deadly, quit moving the camera, dude. With these two beasts. Being the lovely, entertaining people we are. Alright, what you got to add?
Dying Fool.
Oh, I have something to add.
What?
I was the curve breaker in music theory. Just didn't stay.
Huh?
I was the one. He didn't like it. But I will also say he's also better at music theory, better at composition, and a better musician.
Oh, I'll say that.
Oh, I would. Totally. Yeah.
Much better. You're a much better saxophone player than I was.
Well, yeah, but you weren't a saxophone player for real. I also practiced more. You weren't a great.
I never practiced.
He had no discipline.
I never
I would sit in a music studio for 8 straight hours. Scale exercises, all the shit, breathing exercises, boring ass shit.
I still don't practice. I just play.
Yeah, I've heard you do some scale exercises recently.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways, I would sit there because the alternatives were to go home.
We don't want to go down that path right now.
No, that's a different video.
No, that's a different video.
Yeah.
That's
But
a
this
dark
one was
video.
the entertaining, like how did you meet and the short story is we met in music school.
Yeah.
So you guys now know the truth.
Oh,
Please.
hi there, Cleo.
Such a cute girl.
Yeah,
Oh, she's
so,
not on camera.
I will add the email address, and it would be interesting, I think, if you have a funny way that you guys met, send me an email.
Yeah, we'd love to hear that.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Or drop it in the comments.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
And also if you have thoughts about what you would like to hear us, brain dump on you, yeah, feel free. We would love all suggestions. Because otherwise you're just going to get this, whatever the hell's in our brains at the moment, which might not be a whole lot.
No. Like right now, it's pretty much, ugh.
It's a good thing you thought of this idea beforehand then. He did. He's the one who came up with this one. I didn't want to do it. Everybody already knows I'm a bitch. We didn't have to point that out. What are you eating?
Whatever she can.
Cleo, what are you eating, honey?
Cleo.
Sweet pea.
Sorry. That's it.
Anyways.
Alright.
Alright. Happy video number 1.
Say bye, Cleo. Say bye.
Oh, Cleo, such a pretty girl.
Oh, there she